Hey guys, it's MarshmallowGirl. Welcome back to Black Mirror Part 3. So we are currently at Dr. Herman's old morgue, trying to find an anchor to the real world, which we were not able to find. This is still locked. And my assumption is that we're going to get in there at some point because it still has the little magnifying glass. I don't think I can do anything with the intercom. No. So, guess this, maybe we need to go talk to Winterbottom. Thank God no one cared that we broke into that land there. My guess is that we had to go tell her that that didn't help. Where's the dad's grave? Hold on. Yeah, where's the... Oh, I have to talk to the priest, right? Yeah, I gotta wait. Maybe I need to go back. Let's go back to... Yeah, let's go back to Warm Hill Church. There we go! Look at go! Ah! Maybe the priest is back now. And we can talk to him because I need to find my dad's grave. Hopefully this will work. Hopefully this is actually the next thing I'm supposed to do. I find the note system in this game to not be as helpful as it was in the first or the second game. I don't think it's as... Oh, okay. No, I don't think he's here yet, but let's go knock on the door, I guess.
Hello? No one there. I'll leave him in peace.
Okay. I guess let's go knock on the actual parish door. So see if we'll go knock on the church door, see if that'll work, see if he's even here. Oh! He must be here since it's open.
Ah, that has to be the priest.
I obviously clicked on him because I wanted you to go talk to him. I figured out who he was. No one else goes up there but the priest. And the few people who are invited to go up there. But in general, lay people don't hang out up there.
Excuse me, Reverend.
Reverend is too much of an honor, my son. I'm Father Frederick.
I see. Father, I'm Darren Michaels. You might know me already from the papers.
I do. I assume you come to confess.
No, actually I haven't. I don't have anything to confess yet.
What can I do for you then?
Those anonymous graves in the graveyard. Doesn't anyone know who's buried under them?
No one, except the relatives.
Oh. That was a great conversation. Glad we had that.
Can you tell me where Samuel Gordon is buried?
I'm sorry, no.
No further explanation? Why?
Can you tell me where Samuel Gordon is buried?
I'm sorry.
No, I want to know why he can't tell me where he's buried.
The church here was built by Marcus Gordon, right?
The good Marcus, yes. It was the year 1213 when Marcus Gordon struck down his brother Mordred in a duel.
Marcus killed Mordred? Why?
A brotherly feud which had been smoldering for some time. Marcus embodied good, Mordred evil, according to the legend. Marcus beat Mordred. Good prevailed.
And what's this got to do with the Gordon curse? It originated in this period, right?
Yes, as far as I know. Mordred uttered the curse shortly before he drew his last breath. He put a curse on Marcus and all following generations. But that will soon be over. Lady Victoria is the last of the Gordons. The family line ends with her. Mercifully, one would be forgiven to say, as the clan has terrorized this whole region with its dreadful family history. But I'm sure you already know all of this. Seems like you are well informed.
Let's put it this way. I've been forced against my will to look at the curse in a bit more detail.
What do you mean by that?
My real name is Adrian Gordon. I belong to that clan there in the castle.
Oh, that's, I'd say, a surprise. Adrian Gordon. I thought he died as a 13-year-old. Didn't he fall down the castle staircase?
That's part of the dreadful family history that you were talking about before. But as you can see, I'm still alive.
Risen again from the dead. My congratulations and God's blessing, my son. And what is your relationship to the Gordons, if I may ask?
Perhaps you can remember Samuel Gordon?
Oh, yes, Samuel. He came to confession shortly before he... Well, you know. Yes, I remember him.
He was my father.
That explains quite a lot.
You mean why he looks so much like him? Okay, first of all, I get this was a different time, but I don't often find myself challenging my siblings to duels to the death because I'm mad at them. There needs to be more to the story than just, well, they were having some familial troubles. That's not a good explanation. It's a bad explanation right there, guys. Come on. Get it together. If you're gonna... oh my god. Is not the point of a sequel to explain things that weren't explained in the first game or the first movie or whatever the preceding number of entries into this series may be? Why give me such a vague detail about something that we've known about since the first game? We knew in the first game he killed him. We knew that. We just didn't know why. And you've done nothing to explain why since then. That is the honest to God. That is the curse of Black Mirror. Is they just bring shit up. It could be interesting, but then they never tell you. They just straight up don't tell you whatever it is you actually want to know. But anyway, I digress. I don't expect them to ever fully tell us that. But, I mean, people are never wholly good or bad. That's not how things work. So what did Mordred do? That's another thing that's never been explained is, what did he do? Why was he considered evil? Also, why are you congratulating me? I did not actually rise from the dead. I was just sent away. I just came back. That doesn't deserve a congratulation. Like, the way he responded to it was like I actually rose from the dead. I didn't. I don't know. I don't. Okay. Whatever. Also, just as an aside, we don't know what time it is, or what point in the year. I don't think we know, but we know it's colder. So, and he said it's promising to be a cold winter. So, we're probably November-ish? Somewhere in there, like maybe September or November. Because there's been no mention of Christmas, so I wouldn't imagine you're all the way into December. Because he also mentioned fall. So we're in the fall. But perhaps it's different in the Church of England. I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure purple, like a dark purple like this, isn't this usually associated with Easter? Perhaps I'm mistaken. And this is in fact the color... No, I could have sworn purple was the color for him rising. I could have sworn that was what that was. That was the color used for when he rose from the grave. But anyways, again, it could be different, but it doesn't matter. It's not relevant to what's going on. I doubt they'll ever mention it. Unless this is supposed to be a subtle hint that he has, in fact, risen from the grave. In which case, good on you, game makers, because that's subtle, but that also feels like giving them way too much credit. Next question.
It would seem you've been in charge here for a long time.
What are 40 years compared to eternity?
Okay. Also, I just noticed, I think he has the exact same hands as him. I wonder if everybody is, like, from the neck down, like, all of them are, like, almost all of them are, like, the same body model, and they just slightly pudge them up if they need to, for, like, Bobby. And the only real difference is in the face. Because those look like the exact same hands. You might be related to more people in this village than you think, dude.
Seems the gravedigger has also been working here for an eternity.
Mark? Oh, he does his job well. Yes, he really feels all that digging in his bones. He's been looking for an apprentice for years. But no one seems to be interested. Are you educated in a profession?
I'm a physics student.
Ah. Well, let's talk about something else.
Are you? Did we ever get a solid age on Darren? I can't remember if it... Oh! I bet it's in the, Before I make my comment, let me look at that. Let me look at that.
Tell me something about the graveyard?
Oh, it's wonderful, isn't it? You can really sense the centuries past when you're in it. According to the records, some of the graves are over 800 years old.
Probably all Gordons.
The Gordons have had their own crypt since 1512. The academy was burned down and, well, space was needed for the many dead, and that's why the graveyard was rearranged.
We were talking about Marcus and Mordred.
Yes, that's right. Marcus struck down his brother Mordred in a duel in the year 1213. After that, in order to atone for his actions, he had this church built here on pagan ground. A few years later, he also built the academy, also on pagan ground. It was to be used to house the Gordon Chronicles, so the curse could be researched by academics. But the academy was completely burned to the ground in 1512. Most of the chronicles were destroyed. Everything that could be recovered was brought here, to the church.
Right, but all of these stories always begin with Marcus killing his brother. Does
thank you, there we
no one know
go.
the cause of the dispute?
Well, there are various theories. Some say that Mordred was possessed by the devil. I also read somewhere that they were fighting over a woman. Which is pretty much the same thing, right? Basically, it's about the fact that Marcus Gordon, the more religious and stable brother, won. Mordred is depicted as a godless sinner who's burning in hell to this day.
Do you know if the brothers were born here?
Probably not. Both were tireless crusaders in the name of the church. But why they built a castle here in Willow Creek can only be speculated on. Perhaps they freed the land of non-believers, and the castle used to be a kind of keep, in order to hold the area. Or they were gifted the land by the church as a reward for their support in the Crusades.
Thank you, Father.
So, if both of them were fighting in the Crusades, why would... I don't understand why it is that Mordred's painted as evil then. I mean, they've done a little bit more to explain, which, I mean, that makes a bit more sense now, you know. It's been hundreds of years. There's no way they could have possibly kept track of everything.
I'd like to hear the story about
Marcus struck a few years later. It was but the
Okay, yeah, this is just gonna repeat.
Do you know it?
but perhaps
Thank you, Father.
Okay, so he's just gonna repeat those
Thanks for
two.
the help.
May the Lord be with you.
I'm assuming that he will, we'll need to go talk to him again. Let me go back to the front, because I think... Okay, so he was born in 70. And Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so he's 23. Wait. Yes, he's 23. Sorry. Okay, so he's 23. So I guess he could be actually a student then at MIT. In the first one, there was like a little calendar that said go to MIT in this specific date, which I'm assuming is just him returning. Oh, these are just... Yeah, we don't need to go to those as far as I know. So my question is, what do we need to do now then? Because he ended up not being... I already did that. I don't want to click all the way through there. That would take too long. Yeah, like I said, I think that the diary in the previous game was much better. Unless, did I turn hints off? I did think I did. Did I? Wait, are hints even an option? Hold on. Game? Ah, it says show tips. Yep, okay, so... Okay. Oh wait, does this gate also just lead to his house? Oh!
I'll leave him in peace for now.
Okay. So I wonder if we should go back to the doctor and tell her that... that we went looking for the anchor in reality and we couldn't find one. This is a very accommodating doctor.
Hello, Doctor? Can I ask you a quick question?
I'm guessing she doesn't have a lot of patience then. Still haven't fixed that drawer.
Doctor?
How can I help you?
You said you knew Dr. Herman?
Yes, he was a very extraordinary man. We met each other when we were students. It was a great time. But I quickly realized that pathology wasn't really for me. Unlike Heinz, I was always much more interested in the living.
You studied pathology?
Amongst other things, yes. Are you surprised?
Not really, no.
Okay, well, let's go tell her we broke into this house.
I think I found the place in the woods, but no hole anywhere. Just an abandoned house.
Ah, very good. That must be Dr. Herman's old house. Have I told you about him? He was also a victim of... back then. Since then, the house has been empty. No one wants to live there of their own free will. Has it helped you at all? I mean, with your memories?
No.
Have you made a thorough search?
Doc, it's November. It's cold, the ground is frozen.
Called it.
It's in the middle of the woods in a plot of land that's enclosed by barbed wire.
All right, then. We'll concentrate on it again in the next session.
I don't know. I'm going to assume that using context clues, I figured out the month. They may have mentioned it earlier, and I just don't remember them mentioning it.
You must have heard of the famous Gordon brothers, Marcus and Mordred.
Marcus and Mordred? No, not that I would know.
I mean the ones who built the castle, Blackmere Castle, 800 years ago.
Oh, right, them. No. What do they say about them? Have you seen them, Adrian? What did they tell you?
You really do think I'm crazy, right?
No, no. I meant in your dreams. In your dreams.
Catch you later.
Take care.
Okay. God, there's something about that door closing sound effect. I don't know what it is, but it sounds familiar.
The sign says Willow Creek Museum. Murray hopes to attract tourists that way.
Okay, the museum is still closed though, right? I mean, it's got the flyer on it, or the poster, so I would assume it's still
There's
closed.
a poster hanging.
Yeah, okay, that's kind of what I figured. That's kind of the one thing that sometimes drives me crazy, is when I don't know what I'm supposed to do next, so I just end up clicking back and forth between places until I stumble across something. So we went and visited... Let's see. Ah, come on. It's so sensitive. If you don't click in the right spot, it kicks you out. Okay, that's the order, but I can't do anything with the order, right? Look around Miss Valley's house. Oh, okay, so I gotta find Miss... But where did Miss Valley live? Because that just takes me into the woods. That takes me over to the hotel. So it doesn't look like I can get to the other side of the city. How am I supposed to figure out where Miss Valley lived then? Oh, he's back! Okay, so something's changed. Okay. Let's go talk to him.
A very good day to you, Inspector.
What's up with you?
You know someone here in the village? A guy by the name of Ralph?
Why am I not surprised that you, of all people, are asking me about a local lean pot?
So you do know him?
He nicks the odd apple from a buyer and lives somewhere in the woods. He wouldn't hurt a fly.
Okay.
There are beer cans and fireworks lying around in front of the castle. Are there often parties up there?
Yes, but it's just a bunch of 14-year-olds. It's some kind of test of courage for them to piss over the walls of a haunted castle.
Is there nothing you can do about it?
What? Put up some portaloos?
Have there been any breakthroughs in Miss Valley's murder case?
We've arrested a suspect. A young American was seen with her and asked her about the murders here in the village. Probably with perverted intentions.
Yeah, I know. Anything else?
I just won't admit it. That makes me very sad.
Oh, just forget it then. How can I convince you that Angelina did all these things?
Make her confess.
She's dead.
Remember?
Then show me the corpse.
I'd love to, but she fell into the abyss.
Yeah. The lava. I know. Go and annoy someone else.
Well, here's the thing, right? If you say that she's buried underneath that rubble, wouldn't they have to go digging through the rubble? I mean, because not only is the body of the mom and the sister down in the lava, so you're not gonna, or down in the pits of hell, you're not gonna be finding them. But the gardener from Wales is down in there. Whatever the hell his name was. James? Was that his name? Doesn't matter. And then there was also those order followers. They were there too. So presumably there's at least 3 bodies down in there.
Why don't you just bring in a couple of earth movers and dig out the academy? You'll find the answers there.
Who's gonna pay for it? You? Apart from your statement, I've got no evidence to suggest that there's anything to be found there. You're not the most believable of people.
Have you even asked yourself why the ruins collapsed?
I even got experts in, and they were all in agreement that the ruins collapsed due to disrepair. It was all ancient and decayed. Nothing to do with an evil conspiracy.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so we... Okay, can we talk to... I don't think we can still talk to him, can we?
Can I disturb you for a minute?
No?
I don't recall asking you. Well, maybe I need to go talk to... I don't remember her name. I was gonna call her Eclair, and I'm like, that's not right. That's your name, Denise. Let's go see if Denise has anything to say.
Hello? There's a rundown house on the road that goes to the lighthouse. Can you tell me anything about it?
A pathologist used to live there, I think. He was also murdered there. But wild horses wouldn't drag me there.
Are wild horses like a thing in England? Do you guys even have... Do they even have those? Do they have a lot of countryside over there where they would be hanging out? I don't know.
Hey, do you know Ralph?
The tennis coach from Ipswich?
Surely not. The Ralph I'm talking about is a bit mentally, well, challenged.
Oh, then perhaps you mean Mrs. Puff's husband.
No, I don't think that's him. Has he got a doll called Mr. Bubby?
What? No, you must mean Bobby.
Well, whatever. Forget
How
it.
many people named Ralph live in this village?
Did you know that there are huge black dogs here in the woods who attack unsuspecting wanderers?
Yes, they're one of Murray's tourist attractions.
Really?
Yeah, sure. 2 fat mongrel St. Bernards. Bobby is in one of the costumes and Mrs. Puffed in the other.
Ha ha.
In this picture, Edward kind of looks like Bill Nye.
What can you tell me about Edward?
Let's put that another way. Why should I tell you anything about Edward?
Well, I just wonder what it's like working with him all day long. He's not the most easygoing of guys. I mean, a plank of wood would be more relaxed, don't you think?
He's my fiancé. Anything else?
Excuse me? You're engaged? Does that mean you intend to marry?
Got a problem with that? Then join the back of the queue.
Well, now you're not just a whore. Now you're a cheating whore.
Does Bobby work here too?
Not really, but I can't stop him from cleaning the tables all day long.
Maybe I'll see you later.
Yeah, you really should have told Edward to check out that area then.
How you doing?
Wonderfully. What can I do for you, sir?
You and Denise are engaged.
Yes. Our families have been friends for generations. We spent our childhood together, and we will spend the rest of our lives together, God willing.
God willing. And you? Is that what you want?
Of course. Denise's father has already made me manager of the cafe.
Well, that's certainly a reason.
It's a huge responsibility, but waiting tables means a lot to me. It gives me great joy to serve our customers.
Let me guess. You'd rather have become a butler.
Indeed, sir. But the position in the castle was already taken. Besides, Denise's father needed a successor for his business.
I feel bad for this guy. He's like getting screwed over here. He's marrying this bitch, and he didn't even get the job that he actually wanted. He would have been a great replacement for Bates, apparently.
You actually wanted to work in Blackmere Castle?
Yes, sir. But her ladyship chose Sally instead of me. I still don't understand why.
Sally lost her life in the fire. You should be happy you didn't get the job.
Perhaps, sir, if you say so.
I'd better be going.
Please do us the honor again soon, sir.
I mean, I guess he's keeping up the lie, but we know for a fact that's not true. She was dead before. Who is doing these autopsies? There would be no smoke in her lungs. She would never have died. She didn't die in the fire. She was dead before the fire was started. She was drowned. There'd be water in her lungs. I mean, she wasn't just drowned either. She was drowned in, like, boiling hot water. There's definitely would have been water in her lungs.
Closed.
Okay, yeah, so she's still gone. Okay, so I don't know where she lives, even though I tried to find that out. Don't know where my father... Okay. Maybe he'd help me if I knew it was Samuel's son. Oh, I see. That, okay. That's why I could click on that one again. I just thought it was going to be the same thing as the story. So I didn't figure it was worth clicking. Let's go. I mean, although I don't really have any proof beyond the fact that I look like him.
Father?
Welcome.
Can you tell me where Samuel Gordon is buried?
I'm afraid I can't tell you in which grave he's buried, but I can understand that you'd like to know.
Is there any kind of plan of who is buried where?
Not for the anonymous graves. But wait, I think I know how I can help you.
You just ripped that out of your book?
Thank you, Father.
Okay.
Thanks for the help.
May the Lord be with you.
Not even gonna tell me what that was? Okay. This is the burials from 81.
The list of the names of all those who were buried here in August 1981. There are 5 names left. Henry Stanton, Dr. Heinz Herman, Dr. Robert Gordon, James, and Samuel Gordon.
Hey, where's it? Stupid. There it is. Okay. Oh, that's right. Okay, I was trying to figure out who James was. James was the half-brother, right? That they locked up in the asylum.
Good. And let's see who's buried here.
How does this help?
Funerals in August 1981. William Gordon, Dr. Heinz Herman, Victor Sebastian Valley, Henry Stanton, Dr. Robert Gordon, James, Samuel Gordon. There are 5 graves, but 7 names on the list. Too many. I can rule out little Vic. He was buried in the Valley family grave. Anyway, he didn't commit suicide. My father did that. William's grave is back there. I've already seen it. So that means that Dr. Herman, Henry, Robert, James, and my father are buried. Now I just need to find out which gravestone belongs to whom.
What? How in the hell? I don't understand.
There's some flowers on them. Or what's left of them anyways. And a card. All a mother's love for your soul, all her contempt for your deeds. As far as I know, Samuel only had Victoria, his grandmother. This can't be his grave. A dream catcher. I've seen one of those before somewhere.
Oh, this must be Hyman's then. Okay, so this is Herman. Sorry, not Hyman. He goes here. That's got to be his.
A neglected grave, but still with a quote from the Bible. Mihi enim viver Christos est a mori lucrum. What the hell does that mean? Maybe, rotten hell, you sinner. Christ didn't pee on the cross for you. Or something like that.
I'm gonna punch you in the face. I dislike you every time you open your mouth. Just a little bit more, Darren.
A neglected grave. The most pathetic and saddest of them all. It could be my father's. Here it says, Ichi Agnes Dia Ki Tolit Hecatum Mundi. A quote from the Bible and some rotting flowers. At least someone's been looking after the grave. But no more clues. I
don't know how I'm supposed to prove whose is whose then. This has got to be his because the Dreamcatcher belongs to Dr. Winterbottom and she was friends with him. So that makes sense. James had no family. Wait, so this has to be this one. Because Victoria was Robert's mother. So this has to be this one. But again, James had no family. And Henry was just a drunk.
But still with a... Here it says Ichi Agnes.
Well, I'm going to assume that this is this one then. This one must be this one. And this one?
The clues on the gravestones don't help me. Perhaps I can ask someone about it.
Wait, did I do it wrong? Okay, I did do it wrong. Okay. So I'm still convinced that... So maybe I need to put James here. Wait, did I put James there last time? Maybe James goes there, Henry there, Robert here, and Samuel there? Damn it.
Something is still not right with the allocation. Someone must be able to tell me about the peculiarities of the people buried here. Perhaps the priest?
I'm gonna figure this out. So we know that these two have... Shut up. So we know that these two have to be correct, because they're the only ones that make sense. So what if we put Sam here, James there, Henry? Nope.
The clues on the...
Shut up. You're gonna make me lose my concentration. I forget where I was.
There's some flowers in it.
Stop it. Don't just put crap in places. Put James here. Oh, they make me so mad sometimes. Put Samuel there.
Something is still...
Oh, wait. James and... Okay, so here. Let's try this. Okay, these don't have flowers on them. So James and Henry didn't have any family. This is gotta be this one. This is gotta be this one. But she might still have left flowers for him. So let's try switching James and Henry and see if that works. Oh wait, was that right?
That must be it. I found his grave.
Woo! Yeah, I figured Victoria might still deliver flowers to his grave.
I can't find anything. Either there's no clue here, or this isn't the right place.
Well, here's the question: is how is who is now? I mean, once we figure out whoever it is, but for now, how does whoever it is who's leaving these clues know whose grave is who? We had to figure it out using context clues from what we know from the first game. Okay, so this is what's written on his thing. Okay. Alrighty, well, I think we've made some decent progress, and I'm pretty proud of us. Lots of questions still just... lots of unanswered questions, and questions I don't suspect the game will bother to answer. But what are you gonna do, right? You know, it is what it is what it is, you know? So, I'm happy, you know, I'm happy enough. We're making progress, we're figuring things out. I think this game is going to be like much like the first two, where there's not really a whole lot going on in the first couple. Well, I guess the first game kind of had death happening pretty quickly. But the second game, I think this game's going to be like the second game, where the death takes a while before it starts in. So that'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out, because he's clearly possessed by something. Whether it's Mordred or not, I couldn't say. But I definitely think it's going to be interesting. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!